Going on everyone, Talon here, and welcome to another account progression video. So it's time to get another tier 2, and the next tier 2 I've chosen is going to be Black Widow here. So I've been wanting to tier 2 Black Widow for a while now. I really like using this character, so I figure it's about time to make her a little better. So right now at tier 1, she is pretty good, but she's pretty much just a glass cannon. She does a lot of damage, but she dies pretty fast. And I even have her built a little more towards dodge, and she still dies pretty quickly. So I need something to help her survive a little more, and that would be her tier 2. So her tier 2 right here, it gives her increased guaranteed dodge by 35% and increased lightning damage by 25%. So it does give her even more damage on top of what she already does, and it gives her 35% guaranteed dodge. And that may seem kind of low, 35%, but that actually is pretty good considering it's guaranteed dodge and not just regular dodge. So it makes a pretty big difference because I have fought a few Black Widows in Timeline, and they were dodging quite a bit of my attacks and a lot more than I thought they would. So now it's time for me to get my Black Widow up there so I can start using her a little more, especially in like Shadowlands and stuff like that, because she's mainly just a damage dealer right now. So I'd take her out, do her 5th skill or her 6-star skill in Shadowlands, get some damage in there, use a few other skills, but then I'll get hit a few times and be almost dead and have to switch characters. So she's pretty much just there to do the damage. So now I want to make her a little more viable to be able to solo a Shadowlands floor for me, and also to just mess around in other game modes with her. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get her to tier 2. Alright, there we go, tier 2 Black Widow. So, get a little stat boost and we get her nice tier 2 passive there. So, yes, Spy Master, alright. So now that we have her at tier 2, oh yeah, first actually, let's look at her stats. So, as I said, I did have her built a little more towards dodge, so she's at 42% dodge right now. So that's pretty good, and now that she has some guaranteed dodge on top of that, that's going to be really nice. Besides that, you can see that her skill cooldown is only at 27%. That's because I kind of messed around with my cards a little bit, so I lost about 10% skill cooldown from my cards. But I did gain a lot of defense penetration and attack speed and overall all attack and physical attack by switching the cards around. So I think it was a decent trade-off. I get a lot more damage, but I lose some skill cooldown. So I've been trying to supplement that a little bit. The main way I'm going to need to do that, of course, is to keep working on getting my alliance up a little more in levels so that I can have the alliance bonus while playing Shadowlands and World Boss. So when you see me go ahead and fight the World Boss with her today, know that she only has 27% skill cooldown. She's not getting anything on top of that, no alliance bonus or anything like that, so she can still have a lot better skill cooldown. And then her gear, just all attack or physical attack. We have all defense. We got dodge, like I said, that was to help her with her survivability. And then over here we have some skill cooldown and just those 2 ignore defense there in the middle, which I could probably change those actually to skill cooldown now that I think about it. So let's change all to skill cooldown, get a little bit extra. I doubt that's really going to make that much of a difference, but let's find out. So switching these 2 to skill cooldown will get me to 28.5%. So actually I went up 1.5%, so that's not bad. So that's a little better than I thought. And then her obelisk is just lightning damage to get her that extra DPS, and then ignore dodge, just so she pretty much always hits them. And then I had a little mini heal on this one here, so decided to keep it. I mean, not the best. Probably something with lightning damage, and then either like a damage immunity instead of a heal would be nice. Instead of ignore dodge, maybe defense penetration or something like that would be a little better. But overall, I'm pleased with the obelisk, so I'm going to keep it for now. So let's see, her skills. The only one I maxed out, of course, is her pistol strafe, which is the only one that gives her extra bonuses. So she gets 11% dodge from that, so that's nice. And that's pretty much it for her skills. Her ISO 8, I have Power the Angry Hulk to get her a little more DPS. I could have gone with something like I Am Also Groot, maybe to help a little more with her survivability would also be a good option for her. But pretty much you just want to stack the DPS up on her because that's basically what she's pretty much good for, is DPS. So now let's go ahead and test her out a little bit. Alright, so here we are at World Boss. Today we have Corvus as today's World Boss. So we're going to go ahead and go in with this team here. We have Hulk, Cho, and Black Widow. And we're going to use Hulk for his leadership, 30% physical attack. And then we got some nice bonuses with this team, so that's why I chose it. We have max HP and a little bit of dodge there. And then we have all defense, some more max HP, and then all attack and skill cooldown. So this is what we're going to be using. And then we have all ignore dodge strikers except for one attack striker. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get in here and let's see how Black Widow does. Alright, not too bad so far. Did expect him to go down a little faster in his first phase, but what you gonna do? And as you can see, she is dodging pretty good with that guaranteed dodge. I mean, she has been hit a few times, of course, but as you can see, she's getting quite a few dodges in there. Okay, here we go, last phase. Ow, this is gonna hurt. Well, she dodged most of it, luckily. Oh yeah, I never checked what her team-up was. Let's see what that is, the co-op. So it's her first skill. Just not too bad because you can hit them from a distance with that. It would be nice if it was her fifth skill, of course, because then you get a lot of extra damage in. Well, back to the pinwheel right away, eh? And this should do it. There we go. Alright, so that was really easy with Black Widow. I didn't really have to concentrate much. I pretty much just was able to mash whatever skill I wanted. So 2 minutes and 15 seconds is actually surprisingly slow to me. I thought she would do this a lot faster. Maybe if I added the final ignore dodge striker, it might have gone a little better. But her DPS is usually a lot better than this. So overall, I'm still happy with tier 2ing Black Widow because I did notice a lot more dodges than I had gotten before. So definitely looks like it helped her survivability out quite a bit. So that's the main reason why I did the tier 2. I didn't really need the extra damage. So that dodge is very nice. So let's go ahead and take her through one more game mode and see how she does. Right, so here we are at co-op, so I thought I'd bring her in here and just do a quick match real fast and just see what kind of damage she has in here. Alright, so let's see if she can beat Loki and Wasp out for some DPS here. Keep it on autoplay and see what skills the AI uses. So first skill to fifth skill, and then it looks like second and third. So, interesting rotation. Let's see, what'd she do? She got second, so not too bad. So I pretty much got one good hit in there because she used her fifth skill, so that was pretty much all that 28% damage was from that one skill. So that is going to be her main go-to skill. The other ones are just there for getting a little extra damage and the multi-hits to help stun lock some enemies, but her fifth skill is going to be all the DPS pretty much. All the other ones are pretty low in damage. So that's pretty nice. So now let's actually go ahead and back out here. And I actually... Come on, let's load, please. Alright, so I'm actually going to ask you guys what you think my next tier 2 should be. So if we go in here, we can see what options I have. So as you can see, here's my list of characters that are currently available to be tier 2'd. We have Yondu, Hellstorm, Hulkbuster, Yellowjacket, She-Hulk, Wiccan, Songbird, Kate Bishop, Squirrel Girl, Kamala Khan, Baron Mordo, Angela, Sharon Rogers, Hulk, Spider-Man, and Lash. So those are the current characters that I have ready. So hopefully you guys can just write down in the comments which of these characters you would like to see as my next tier 2. And depending on if we get enough comments, I'll just pick the most popular choice, and I will tier 2 that character next, and we'll go over that character and talk about them. So hopefully you guys will remember to comment down below which character you want to see tier 2'd. And that's going to be it for this video, and I will see you in the next one.